Hello, my awesome virtual artists. We are going to be working on a Valentine's project for the next 2 weeks. So the first week, we're going to be cutting a heart and tracing it. And we are going to draw our heart so that it is an optical illusion. It's going to have the illusion of depth. So what that means, instead of having a heart that's flat like a piece of paper, we're going to actually make it look like it has sides and that it stands out. Now, what is an optical illusion? Well, we know that optical has to do with the eye and how things look, and an illusion is kind of like magic. So we could consider something that looks 3D or like an optical illusion is just like eye magic. It's not really going to be 3D, but it is going to look 3D because it's going to have something called depth, which is just another word for deepness or thickness. So follow along with me for part 1 of our optical illusion heart drawing. When we draw our optical illusion hearts today, we're going to imagine that they are those cute little conversation candies that we find around Valentine's Day. Those are 3D. Now, I began by making myself a pattern out of scrap paper, but you could also just draw your hearts yourself if you feel like you're pretty good at that. I just always like to use a pattern. That way I know that they're all going to be the same size. Now, I have room to draw 2 hearts. If you have a larger heart, you might only have room to draw 1. Feel free to draw as many as you like. Now, I'm going to put one of my hearts over here since I know that I want to draw 2. I want to leave room for the other. I'm going to lightly trace around my heart with my pencil. And I move it around just a little bit. I don't want them to overlap. So I find, because that'll make it hard for you to draw the 3D areas, I am going to try to find an interesting place to put my heart. Maybe right there. So I'm going to hold it down and trace around it. My hearts are not touching or overlapping. That means crossing over each other. I left a little space. Now, to make my hearts look like they have depth or deepness, I'm first going to find the top of each hump. I know that this is the top of the hump and that is the top of my hump. So I'm going to look for, it's like the top of the hill. I'm looking for those little spots. I just marked them with my pencil. You don't have to do that. I just wanted you to be able to see my starting points. So if I can see the side of my heart, I'm going to start at the top with a line that's going to follow that same shape. I'm going to go out and then I'm going to swing down to touch the point. So this is going to be the side of your heart. Now I'm going to start up here and I want all of my lines to be on the same side. Since we're drawing on the left-handed side of the heart, we're going to go towards the left-hand side again. And I'm going to go down like that. So again, I'm going to do it on the same side. Since I started on my left-hand sides over here, since I went to the left, I'm going to go to the left on this heart so they'll match. I find the top of my heart. I'm going to swing out, down to touch the point, and like that. Now, if I wanted to, and I'm going to touch this up a little bit. If I wanted to, I could write a word. If I would write a word, I might draw myself 2 like guidelines in the middle, sort of like an equal sign. And I would make sure my words touch the top and the bottom of my letters. I might need to draw lightly because I might need to erase any extra lines, or it may take a couple of times of practicing before I get it like I like it. Let's see. see, what word would I think I'll write the word love. Shorter words are a little bit easier. Maybe you could even do your initials on a heart. You do you. Now, once you have your paper like you want it, don't color it yet, because next week is going to be a lesson on how we can add depth with color and with shading. So today we added depth with lines, but next week we're going to add depth with our color. Here's some ideas of some things that you could write. Because I was having so much fun drawing my 3D hearts, I decided to draw a few more on my paper, just filling in some of my empty spots. Since these are so small, I'm not going to bother with writing anything in the middle. I'm just using them to fill in extra space. And also, the more you practice, the better you'll get.